Hello guys, this is Roger69501 and welcome to my channel. Well, on this video I'm gonna give you my thought for this new, I cannot, I don't know if it is an event or just a maxi series. Now I'm talking about Dark Days, The Forge. Now check out that cover. This is what they call now metallic cover. Metallic, I know. So look at that, check that out. Shiny, shiny, shiny. Look at that. Feel like, when I saw this cover, kind of like took me back to the 90s. Well, believe it or not, I have kind of like going back to the future when I saw this cover. When I hold it in my hand, it just kind of like, just took me back to the 90s. Yeah, it might be they might done it a lot better than back in the 90s and better material and better everything. But and I'm not talking bad about it. It's just no matter how you look at it, whether it's from the 90s or now, shiny, shiny, shiny is still 90s shiny because the 90s, the decade, it was the decade that we have all these crazy covers. Doleful and all that. They were fun time. I call it like kind of like the 60s, the roaring 60 of the comic books. It was crazy back then. Real crazy. But it was fun. Okay, anyway, back to the story. Okay, the story. Well, this is another mystery theater from Scott Snyder. Nothing more, nothing less. It tells you everything and doesn't tell you nothing at the same time. Remember, if some of you haven't read, if some of you have read, the kind of reminds me of, not because of who appears on the end, it's just the way that the story goes. Reminds me of this story, what was the name of it? Death of a Family from the New 52. That type of story, kind of like, you know who's the bad guy, but you're not sure who's the bad guy. It's kind of excuse me, like Death of the Family and the Long Halloween. There's a mystery. You might think you know, but you don't know. Well, this is what it is. And the fun part is that this is being happening uh, on the main storyline of the DC Rebirth. So this is not kind of like it's not a Elseworld or anything like that, or from another parallel universe or planet or whatever you want to call it. No, this is happening on the universe that we are reading now, which is DC Comics Rebirth. Okay, to the story. The whole story goes around about the net metal. The metal that the people from I forgot the name of the planet of the Hawkman and Hawkgirl. Well, the metal that they use on their armor and their hammer, that's what it is. But according to the story, seems like it's been here before, kind of like between, well, not before mankind, not before the time of Jesus. I would say not before Jesus Christ. I would say kind of like maybe after Jesus Christ, uh, BC, no AC, after Christ, uh, because they mentioned here the Court of Owls, and the Court of Owls is right now on the main storyline, and it is on the main universe. And we know, if you have read the Court of Owls, you know that the Court of Owls, they go way back to the time a little later than the Jesus Christ, way back. So just telling you that these metals been here all this time, and Batman just been searching, studying, and all that. So not only that, also it touches everything. When you read the ad, that it's gonna touch at every corner of the universe. Well, I believe because most of the time when they write that, oh, it's gonna touch every corner of the universe. Well, that never happens. Maybe one corner, but the other corners they just stay intact. but but this time, I believe it that it's gonna touch every single corner. The thing is that not only touch the New 52, DC Rebirth is also touch, which I never read it, but I have to look it up. Not because I knew about it, it's just I was curious about it, and I have to look it up about this because I had no knowledge. Because the only thing I knew about, kind of like crisis, if you can call it, is Zero Hour, if you can call that. I know, but hey, that is a force back that I go. So I had to search for this, and this is, I don't know if this is the machine from the Infinity Crisis or the Infinity Earth. I'm not sure. I think it's Infinity Crisis, and also touch different parallel worlds, the multiverse. So it's kind of like, it's simple and complicated at the same time. Not only that, they also, we have this egg that looks like, to me, kind of like the belt of Plastic Man. I don't know. I'm not too familiarized with Plastic Man, so that's what it looks like. So it looks like he's back. So why Batman had it locked up? I don't know. Maybe this Plastic Man is from the Infinity Crisis. Who knows? Same thing. Why Batman has all this equipment, especially this towel, locked up in the moon. I mean, Batman has so many stuff locked up. It's not even funny. So I mean, it's kind of scary though. So this is kind of like a present dystopia story. So it's kind of hard to put the finger. I mean, at least to me, it's not easy to say, okay, this story is about this or that, because it's this and that and everything else. So that is as far that I can go just by one issue. So it's a lot of mystery. Now we have three artists. Look, this is the time when the story starts, kind of like right here. Look at it, and I have to say that I love the art. Now we have three different artists. We got Jim Lee, Joe Kubert, and John Romita Jr. and different inkers. Now the thing is that, okay, I don't want to sound like an asshole, but not because I don't like him. Do not misunderstand me. But John Romita Jr., he should not be on this book. Or Jim Lee and Joe Kubert should not be on this book, because Joe Kubert is Joe Kubert, his son. What is his son? Joe Kubert is what's the name of the son? I forgot. One of his son. I know. Uh, Andy Kubert. Sorry. So either Jim Lee and Andy Kubert should not be on this book, or John Romita Jr. should not be on this book, because Andy Kubert and Jim Lee, they both have more or less the same style on growing on the art. But John Romita Jr. is completely different. He's unique. He has his own style. I mean, the only person that I can think of that it can go more or less John Romita Jr. style will be the guy from Marvel. What his name? The one who created the almost Marvel universe. What his name now? I forgot. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, yeah, him. Kind of, kind of like reminds me to him, but because when I was reading the book, I mean, start here with Jim Lee. Look at that, accent and artwork, and then from here we go when we go to the second act or second chapter. Well, that was Andy Cooper. This is Jim Lee, I believe so. This is Jim Lee. It's kind of hard to tell the difference between one or the other. Well, this one is Jim Lee. You can tell because all the lines on the face. And then from here, we move to John Romita Jr. It's kind of like, it's not that I don't like it. It's not because it's bad. It's just these two opposite style. Maybe they have these different artists because maybe because of the complicity of the work of the book that they needed. But it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like you're eating something sweet and then suddenly you bite something that is sour. So the change is too drastic. So now, so to me, John Romita Jr. should not be on this book, not because he's bad. No, I like his work. It's just his style. I mean, other people cannot match John Romita Jr.'s style. Yes, I mean, they just can match. I mean, or vice versa. So the change is kind of like drastic, at least to me. That's just my that's my personal opinion. And also when I go to on the final pages, something happened to Superman's face. Okay, that's kind of like he has his head shrink. Maybe he went to Brazil and got his head shrink by some tribe or something. I don't know. Look at that. I mean, wide shoulders and the head doesn't go with the rest of the body. Check that out. I'm not kidding. Look at that. But other than that, I mean, the colorism was good. I cannot complain on that. It just, I like the way that he drew. Batman is fun. It just, like I said, the style is so drastic. So, the story is about the investigation about that metal. Not only that show you that he has kind of like the tower from Infinity Crisis or the multiverse, something like one of those crises. And not only that we see uh, on the Batcave we see Green Lantern and what is and let me find the page. Excuse me. Need some coffee. So we go to the Batcave and we see Green Lantern with the yellow kid. Forgot his name. I don't know why that on this video I'm forgetting everybody's name. I know. So now only that, so they're just searching for something there. The thing is that Batman has what Green Lantern says. He has a Batcave inside of a Batcave. So we see that we go back in time. I mean, we go kind of like back in time, back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth. Check that out. So, and then from there we go to the present, and then from there we go to the moon, where we see Batman transporting himself to the moon, kind of like Star Trek style. Check that out. So he's on the moon. He has a Batcave all the way on the moon. So over there he sees with Mr. What's his name? Mr. Terrific. As we can see here, so over there on the moon, he has what it seems like to be the Plastic Man. Maybe I'm mistaken. I don't know. Check that out. And then from there we go back to Earth. We go to the Batcave. And then on the Batcave, this is where we learn about all the metals. So it seems like some of the stuff of the superheroes are made with the same metal. Look at that. Check that out. Aquaman's trident, Wonder Woman's armrest, and the mask, all that. So it seems like they've been made with the same type of metal, and that metal is kind of like has a unique properties that is doesn't belong to this planet. So they finally reach the door. So basically, the whole story goes between Green Lantern and the kid, the yellow kid. That he doesn't have a name yet. So I guess I just put a new name. Now, DC Comics, I just came out with the name, the yellow kid. So I know. So back to the story. So we see that we go, and then we see kind of like it has a lot to do with Egyptian artwork, but it's more like the Hawkmen because the Hawk people they are linked with the Egyptian. At least they're trying to do it that way. So from here we go back to the Fortress of Solitude. So Mr. Miracle he shows up because he needs to open the door because Superman he gave Batman a room, separate room underneath of his Fortress of Solitude for Batman. And Batman has something there that nobody knows. That someday that he will open it and this and that he will need to know what it was. So he finally opened and happened to be this tower as from the Infinity Crisis or Crisis of the Infinity Earth, I think it is. I never read any of those crises, so I know. My apologies. And then from there we go back to Earth, to the Batcave, and yep, we can see who that guy is. So there is a guy talking to them. It happens to be the Joker. So the Joker is that. So I don't think this is one. This is this Joker. Maybe this is one of the Kree Jokers that we saw on the beginning of Rebirth. I'm not sure. And who knows? Although I've read somewhere that is not, but in the end they can do whatever they want. So it's not much to tell. I mean, I know that this video went too long just to be just for one issue, but just giving you my opinion about artwork and the different art style and everything else. So other than that, it was a fun story. I like it. So if you're not familiarized with, you never read any of the Scott Snyder Batman books on the New 52, well, you can read it. But if you're a new reader, it's going to be kind of hard to because Scott Snyder has a unique way to tell mysteries. And this is supposed to be a 12 issue, I believe so. So it's a maxi series. So one thing I'm happy that it's not a crossover. So that is good. It's self-contained line. So it was fun. I like it. I'm very intrigued about it. Now I'm intrigued with the people that they are on the cover. Do you see those kind of like people tied up with on Batman's leg on the statue? What's up with that? So I'm very intrigued with the statue of the Batman. So we'll see. But I like it. It was fun. A little bit complicated? Yes. That you had to think about it? Yes. Not too much, but yeah. So other than that, I would give it 4.5 out of 5. I did not like the part where John Romita Jr.'s work, not because I don't like him. It's because his style doesn't fit with the other people, or the other people doesn't fit with John Romita's style. Jack Kirby. That's the one that can more or less can say that can go together with John Romita Jr. artwork or art style is Jack Kirby. Because both draw kind of like square faces, square nose, jaw, fingers. So it's kind of, I can say that those they if Jack Kirby were alive, they can work both, can work together on a comic book, and you cannot tell much of it. Will not affect the flow of the story because the artwork are are very similar. That's the one I was thinking of. So I would give it 4.5 out of 5. Well, guys, this is it. I hope that you like this video. See you later. Bye.